It's time for another episode of Below the Iceberg, the one and only podcast where we talk to real-life 2 Comma Club winners. Now, whether you're a small business owner, an entrepreneur, a wannabe entrepreneur, or you've been in business for a while, you're sure to pick up tidbits of actionable advice from these million-dollar entrepreneurs. Now, if you don't know what a 2 Comma Club winner is, it's where they've built one funnel inside the Clickfunnels software and sold $1 million through just that one funnel, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, in this episode, I'm thrilled to be talking to Mountain Wong, who catapulted himself into the online world after his dad's business went bankrupt into $3 million worth of debt. Now, we chat to find out how he achieved to get out of that, build $1 million company in Hong Kong, and now he's on a mission to conquer the Western world. Let's dive in and find out. Okay, so welcome, Mountain. Welcome to Below the Iceberg. I want to congratulate you on getting a 2 Comma Club award.
Thank you very much.
It's absolutely awesome. Amazing achievement to get a 2 Comma Club award.
Thank you. Thank you.
So with my guests, what I like to do is do a little bit of investigating and check them out on their social profiles and see what's going on. And to be honest, I couldn't find that much on your social profiles.
That's right. That's right. The reason why you can't find too much is because we started my program like 2 years ago, and we only focus on the Hong Kong market, which is Cantonese, right? And in Q2 this year, we just start expanding to the English market as well.
Right. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. So do you want to tell our listeners exactly what you do?
Oh, yeah, sure. So I'm a business transformation coach, right? I help different business like or like coaches, consultant, or agency to transform their business from offline to online, right? And promote their business through organic marketing.
All right. Okay. So when did you hit the 2 Comma Club award? When did you get that $1 million?
I think it's last year. Yeah, because last year is the first time we made over 1 million. I think it's $1.something million, right? But this year is another big step for us, because up to this point, I think we already reached 1.4 million. So
okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right, that's awesome. So what were you doing? What was the funnel that you were using to get the 2 Comma Club?
It's called EL Consulting, I guess.
Okay, so how did you get people? Was it on a webinar or a free training? How did you get people to come to you?
Yeah, webinar.
A webinar.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you were focusing on people in Hong Kong?
Yes.
All right, okay. So who's your customer? What type of people was it?
They are more like the agency, like insurance agency, or other like sales agency, or other marketing agency, stuff like that.
All right, okay. So was the 2 Comma Club, was it a goal that you had in mind that you were going to achieve, or did it just happen?
When we first started our business, we didn't even know there's a 2 Comma Club.
Okay.
Right. We just like we enjoy doing because beforehand we start with a offline sales training.
Okay.
Right. And later on we do more research, and we found out that it actually be more effective if we do it online. And we start to learn like how to do online marketing by ourselves, and how to make it like package it into a course and teach others as well.
Okay. So when you realized you hit the 2 Comma Club,
yep,
did you know you'd hit it, or did it just like pass you by and then you realized?
It actually passed by and realized. And actually this September, we are going to Orlando to attend their award ceremony as well.
A Funnel Hacking Live? Yes,
FLL, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going too. I'll see you there.
Oh, really? Nice. Congratulations.
Yeah. Okay, so you can have a proper celebration then when you go up on the stage.
Exactly.
So did you have any sort of celebration when you realized, even though it's a bit late, did you have a celebration then?
We celebrate with my team, like
yeah.
we went barbecue at my place, and then it's just like that. Yeah, nothing big.
And then carried on.
Yeah, because for me, this award is not just my credit. right? Because if I don't have my team, like my marketing and my starter and closer team, like, I wouldn't have that award, right? So I would rather like celebrate with them all together.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so let's do a little bit of a rewind. Let's go back to your childhood.
Sure.
What was it like? What was your childhood like?
I was born in an ordinary family. Like my dad used to be a sailor, okay, and he turned out to become a businessman. And that is actually the reason why I call Mountain. Because when my dad was a sailor, he just liked ocean. So he named himself Ocean.
All right, okay.
When I was born, he named me Mountain and my younger sister Windy. So it's all nature family, right? And yeah, but I wasn't like, I don't like going to school all the time, but I just like love business because all my family members are running a company by themselves, and I just keep learning from them, right? And then I know that America is the best place for all the entrepreneur and enterprise, and there's so much business leader there, and that's why I decided to go to America to study my college.
All right, okay. So when you were a child, then what was your dream to be when you grew up?
Actually, I want to become a teacher.
All right, okay.
Yes, even though I don't like study, but I like teaching others, right? Because I feel it feels so good if you know something and then you teach others so that they know something as well, and then they can keep impacting others, right? But later on, I changed my mind. I want to become a teacher, because if I only become a teacher, I can only impact one group of people. Right. But if I like help others to become a teacher, then I can help to impact more people like multiple times.
Okay, so where did you grow up? Did you grow up in Hong Kong, was it?
In Hong Kong, yeah.
So what did you go to America to study?
Business administration.
All right, okay. So did you go on your own?
Yeah.
Yeah, and how old were you then when you went there?
You mean in America?
Yeah.
Before I would like to share a short story because I failed almost every exam in high school in Hong Kong.
All right.
Almost all English exam I failed. And then so when I went to America, I don't even know how to order a sandwich in Subway.
Right.
So what I can do is I want this, and tomato, because that is the only ingredient that I know at that time, right? And it was tough, right? It was tough when I have to pick up a new language. And that actually inspired me, like the best way or the fastest way to learn a new skills is by copying others, right? At high school, it was so terrible and tough for me because I have to remember all the vocabularies, like the sentence pattern, and something that I won't use in my daily life, right? But when I go to America, I just copy how my friends talk. Yeah. And then I find it like maybe 6 months later, I can sound like people can understand me at least, right? So I can see the big improvement at that time. Yeah.
Okay, so did you graduate then in America?
Yes, actually, yeah.
Yeah, and then what happened then?
So when I was studying in college, I also set up my first company. As I said, I want to become a teacher's coach, right? So I create an online language tutoring company when I was studying in college. And when everything seemed all right, and I did, at that point, I was thinking even to stay in America to keep growing my business, right? Yeah. But the day when I graduate, I invite my parents to come to US to celebrate the ceremony together. And my dad just told me he got bankrupt the same day. Oh, right. Okay. On your graduation day. On the graduation day, like at the night, actually. And at that point, I even got the interview chance to Harvard. All right. Okay. And I was planning to tell them like, hey, Dad, I got this interview chance. Like I'm going to Harvard. And at the same meal, he just told me, hey, I got bankrupt. So I want you to come back to Hong Kong and help me with my business and stuff like that. Okay. So what was his business then? He was working in the investment company, investment in different mine. All right. Yeah, in Australia. So he just fell in his business. So he left us 3 million debt USD at that point of time. Wow. Yes. So it's like, I was thinking next year, maybe I will be even better, right? Like I have Harvard, I have my company, but at one night, everything just changed. Right? And I have to come back to Hong Kong immediately. And when I back to Hong Kong, I have to work 3 jobs to pay the debts. and to sustain our family living, stuff like that.
All right. So what were your 3 jobs? What did you do?
I have worked as in a warehouse in the morning, and then at night I have to work as a dishwasher.
All right. Okay.
In a restaurant, because and then sometimes I would become a tutor to teach others English or math, stuff like that.
Did you still have so the tutoring thing that you set up when you were over in the US, were you still doing that?
No, not anymore.
No.
Because it's better to stay in America, because I have to connect with different tutors, and they are all college students.
Oh, right.
And then they use their spare time to teach the people in Hong Kong or China, maybe some native language.
Oh, right. Okay. So you were getting Americans. So like you were organizing some Americans to teach people over in Hong Kong how to speak English.
Native English. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay, cool. So you work in these 3 jobs, then what do you do?
I mean, at that point, I just don't know what is the meaning of life, literally. Like, because every day I only sleep like 3 to 4 hours and then keep working. And even though I spend all of my time, it's just, I just can't can't improve the situation, right? And later on, my mentor just told me like, hey, why don't you just do online businesses again? Because you already have the experience of setting up an online business, right? And in this time, you can just repeat what you have done, but focus on different market, focus on some more profitable market, right? And that may change your life. So that's the reason why we start to have a sales coaching in the very beginning in Hong Kong.
All right. Okay. So when was this? How long ago was this when you started that?
I think it's in June 2019.
All right. Okay. So not that long ago.
Yep.
So who was your mentor? Where did you find them?
He is actually another pretty famous sales coach in Hong Kong.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I know him since 2017 maybe. Through my dad's connection, and then we're a good friend, and he is like 5 to 10 years older than me, but he is successful in his business, right? And then he just say, actually, you're a pretty good presenter, and why don't you just become a coach and teach people how to sell, right? And that's the reason why I start my business.
Okay, so when he said that to you, what did you do first?
To be honest, I just copy almost everything like what he does. I work in his company.
All right.
And I see how he operates his business, and what did he teach, how did he set up his program, how did he do marketing, and then I just sitting next to him, keep marking notes, and then I create the webinar and my Facebook page in Cantonese for myself, and then start growing it.
All right. Okay. So did he use Clickfunnels?
I don't think so.
Okay, so how did you come across Clickfunnels?
It's actually my friend introduced me. They say they said just Clickfunnels is a very good platform for online coaching, and we should definitely study like how to use it. Okay,
so did you create your first funnel, or did you get somebody else to do it for you?
I asked my marketing team to build it for me.
Okay, so when did you get your marketing team then, if you were just starting out? How did that come about?
Actually, our business grew really fast since 2001 because of COVID. Because in Hong Kong, in most coaching company, they focus on offline cost the most, right? So people like maybe 30, 50 people have to attend to some room, and then they start like the training, or they start the some small talk, stuff like that. Okay. Yes. And we kind of like the first group of company that start to have our coaching business go online.
All right.
And then in the very early stage in 2019, we only have 5 team members.
Okay.
And up till now, we already have more than 20.
All right. Okay. So you built a webinar. So, and then how did you get people to find out about you?
So if you say in Hong Kong, we mainly focus on organic marketing as well as Facebook and Google Ads.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Because in Hong Kong, people the culture is slightly different with the Western country. They don't like to engage the post too much. It's like it seems like they have to pay to like. You feel me? Like they are like, I read your post, I like it, I'm a book club, but I will never like your post.
All right, okay.
Comment on the post. So that's why, and you know, in Hong Kong, it is a small place and lots of competition here. So that's why we need to spend ads as well. Yeah.
So you're doing Facebook ads, then you were sending people, was it straight to opt in to watch a webinar?
To Kennedy, and then we have call. Sorry, through Canada, yeah, and then we will have the value video right there.
Yeah.
And then they can book the call through Kennedy, and then we will have sales team to call them.
All right, okay. So it was an evergreen webinar, so that it wasn't live.
Yep.
And then they book a call. And who did they book a call with, you or with your team?
With my team.
All right, okay. And then did they sell them on the call?
They sell them on the call, yeah.
All right, okay. And what were they buying then? Was it a group coaching, or was it a course, or?
Okay, so what we provide is slightly different than other coaches in this industry. The reason why is because most coaches may provide one-to-one or a group coaching, right? Yeah. For us, we actually provide a 5-to-1 coaching group. It's not 5 students plus 1 coach, but 5 coach with 1 student. And we have 1 WhatsApp group with each of the student. Okay, and in that group, we have a coach for marketing, we have a coach for technical issue and operation, and as well as sales and messenger. So we have 5 coaches in each WhatsApp group. So the reason why I don't really like the group coaching or the weekly group coaching is like when I'm setting, like when I am having a conversation with the prospect, right? I'm not going to wait 1 week to ask you, how can I answer the next question? Right? Because the tiny thing is always the most critical part. If you mess up one reply, then that prospect may just go away and never reply to you again, right? So we really want to provide an instant support to our student, right? So that whenever before they maybe before they make the post, or when they're chatting with a prospect in Messenger, or even when they are going to have a sales call, they can always ask us for some advice instantly, and we have team to support them like right away.
All right, okay. So you help them get their business online, and they can ask at any point questions from your team.
Yep. From marketing, from operations, from sales, everything.
All right, okay. So, and that's mainly been in Hong Kong, but now you're branching out to the US, is it?
Yes, I'm a beginner in the English industry, actually. Yeah.
All right, okay. And is there a difference? Have you found a difference yet?
If you ask me, I think the biggest difference is the Western country really engage more, like the compared to the Chinese or the Hong Kong industry, because people in Western country like to share, and they like to reply others sharing, right? So for me, this is actually easier to spread our content as well as traffic, actually. Okay,
so are you still running? Have you still got the same webinar running with the Facebook ads now for the US market?
Not the same one, because I have translated all to English.
Right, okay.
But technically it's a different one, but the content are more or less the same.
All right, okay. And how's that going now? How's Facebook ads going?
In the US industry, we haven't do any ad yet, because we are still in a very early phase, and we just only use the organic marketing. But so far we also get like maybe 50 lead per day, which is pretty good for us.
All right, okay. That's all on organic?
Yeah, that's all organic only at this moment. Okay.
So how are you doing that then? What are you doing? Are you going into Facebook groups and things like that, or what are you doing?
Yeah, actually it's same as other like organic strategy. We post on other external groups, like other Facebook group about my transformation post or something like that. And we also have IG as well as Facebook, like post constant content to build trust, right? And let other people to understand me in different angle. And then we have our setter team who will use Facebook Messenger to talk to those people to accelerate the trust, as well as to make them from a cold lead into a ready buyer.
Right, okay. And have you started using TikTok?
Not really, but I love watching TikTok all the time.
You're not going to jump into TikTok?
Sure. Every morning I just can't stop. Like every morning when I wake up or before I sleep, I will just scroll my phone. Like beforehand, we may scroll Facebook, but now TikTok, the short story, the short video, it's just unstoppable. Like you keep watching. I was talking to myself. I can only watch 5 every night, right? But later on, 5 minutes go, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it's unstoppable.
Yeah, that's a bit addictive, isn't it? So what do you think's been your biggest hurdle that you've had to overcome so far on your journey?
For me, I think the biggest hurdle is how to, because in the coaching industry, there are a lot of competitors or a lot of awesome coaches doing the same thing, right? So you have to build up your own brand. You have to build up your own character so that people will remember you or people will follow your content continuously, right? And so I think that is, especially in the very competitive industry, this is very important. And that's what we are trying hard to do right now. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Do you think, looking back so far, has there been a time where you thought about giving it up?
All the time. All the time. In the very early stage, when we decided to do on coaching business, and it wasn't smooth at all, right? And me and my team are so broke that we fall sitting in front of the bar, and then we open the we check our wallet, and we don't even have enough cash to get into the bar and get a beer.
Right.
So that is the moment that I feel like, oh no, like if we don't improve or if we don't change, that's it for us, right? And every time when we have more client in certain month, the next month the result will drop a lot. I don't know why. We are using the same strategy, but it just keep up and down, just like mountain. Like there's uphill and downhill all the time, right? But luckily, like really at every time in the valley, in the lower point, we can always see some new strategy. We can always see some new hope. We will have new team member to join us, and we just overcome every time, and then we will achieve another like even higher level of success, right? So that's why every time when I feel disappointed or if I feel low, I would say next month, like the situation will be completely different. Right, so just calm down, be chill, and then see any way, any solution that we can make right now.
Yeah, it's definitely a roller coaster ride, isn't it?
Exactly.
So, what do you class as your biggest achievement on your journey so far?
If you ask me, the biggest achievement is definitely when I get my first sales.
Yeah.
Really, like, but because beforehand I failed so many times, right? I think I have added my sales script for more than 30 times.
Right. Okay.
Before I make the first client, right? Because in the beginning phase, it is hard for me to build trust with my prospect, and because we are doing something new in Hong Kong, like nobody is doing the same thing like us, and then it's like, if we go to offline course, then I pay this amount. It seems okay for me, but it's online, right? Like I'm not going to pay that much for online. And we try so many like marketing strategy, as well as we tune our script and then make the first client who is willing to pay full price. And I think that is the biggest achievement I have so far. And that night we celebrate even harder than we get the 2CC award.
Yeah, that's it. It is when you get a client, it's a buzz, isn't it? You get a buzz when you sign a new client.
Every time.
Yeah.
Every time. And the most and I also want to share the most touching moment in the business is when I talked to one prospect, one client from South Africa. And then when we chatting, I asked him like, what is the pain point of your business? Like, what are your desires? Like where you want to be? And later on, he just started crying. And then he said like, he really want to change. He really have like, he have the passion in doing it, but he really don't know how, right? And he feels so frustrated, and he just doubts himself whether he's doing the right thing or not, or whether he should continue or not, right? And then at that point, I just didn't follow the script afterward at all, and we just talk like friends.
Yeah.
Right. And I just tell him like how I make it, what you should do, stuff like that. And eventually he became my student. And then a couple months later, he just sent me a very long message to say thank you, even though he haven't achieved 6-figure at that point.
Yeah.
Right. But he already see how his life has changed. And at that moment is also the most like touching, or like moment like that just made me never regret on what I'm doing right now.
Yeah. That's when other people achieve, it's like a warm fuzzy feeling, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah. Because like what I did have changed others' life.
Yeah.
And what he do is he will also change others' life as well. Right. And that is that's one of our mission, and that's the reason why we want to start up this business. Right.
Yeah, that's really good. So do you have a morning routine?
Yes, actually, I wake up like 6:30 every morning.
Yep. Because
I have to walk my dog, and I work out a little bit, right? And I am always the earliest one back to office.
All right.
Because I like to set up everything, and I like to say good morning to all my team member, stuff like that. So that's why I always attend the office the earliest, and my brain is more clear in the morning. So I would do all the important tasks in the morning, and then at night I can start the meeting and stuff like that. All right. Okay. So do you do any sort of meditation or affirmations or anything like that? Yes. Because my fiance, she's an occupational therapist. All right. So yeah, she loves meditating all the times, and every time when I get pissed, when I get mad, she will calm me down. Deep breath. And then she would set up all the turn on YouTube and then play the music and ask me to sit down and to meditate with her, right? And to feel your breath one by one, stuff like that. Yeah. That really helped, actually. That cleared my mind. That's cool. So what are you focusing on? I know you said about the American market. Is that your main focus for the rest of this year now? It's parallel strategy, but definitely we will spend more and more time on the Western country because it's a lot bigger, right? And are you focusing on just America or other English, like the UK, or? And all the English market. Yeah. Yeah. And is it specific industries that you're going after now, or? We decided to start with just the coaching, consulting, and service provider. Right. But because as other coaches have taught us, we always start from niche, because you have to mention the niches, pain point, and desire, right? If you talk about something too general, then it actually is very hard to hit the pain point. So we always start with a small group of people and then start expanding. Right. Okay. I've got to ask you about those figures that you've got behind you. Oh yeah. What are they all about? This is actually 2% of my figure, because I also have another cupboard right in front of my office. There's 4 to 5 layers, but these are Marvel Iron Man. All right. Yeah, Mark 1 to Mark 7, because I'm a big Marvel fans. Oh, right. Okay. So you collect them? Yeah, I collect them. Awesome. Had to ask about those. Okay, I've got one last question for you. If you were going to be an animal for 24 hours, what would you be and why? Wow, that question I didn't expect it at all. I would become a dog, I think. Yeah. Because first of all, dog is my favorite animal. And the reason why I like dog is because they are a good listener. They can feel others' emotion. And they're calm, they're loyal. And because when talking to people, I always like to listen what they said first, and then guess what their behind meaning. And because that's how we talk to people, right? And my dog is always my best friend when I need someone to talk to, right? And that's why if I have the chance to become an animal, I guess I would become a dog. Okay, yeah, I love dogs too. What dog have you got? Oh God. It's I don't know, that is another interesting question. I just picked it up when I was hiking.
Oh, right.
I
Okay.
a tiny dog like this small, this size, a black dog, like shaking and freezing. And I just,
Oh,
and it's just, now it's become like 20 kilograms, like this big.
no. Okay, that's awesome. It's been lovely to speak to you today.
Nice
Thank
to meet
you for taking the time out of your day.
you.
If anybody's interested in finding out more about what you do, where can they go to find that out?
Please visit our website, successconsulting.io, or visit my Facebook, which is Mountain Wong. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for listening. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please take a moment to leave us a 5-star review and subscribe to the podcast on your podcast software. It really helps us rank the podcast and get more listeners. And if you're over on YouTube, please subscribe and hit the bell. Every Friday, 8 a.m. GMT, we release a brand new episode. And until then, have a good one.